Hey, thanks for making it to Veterans Info Tap. I'm really glad you made it. Today I wanted to talk to you about a couple diseases that are on the rise. These things are increasing and the numbers are staggering. It is a very horrific situation. And I wanted to share with you an article that I saw here regarding, really it's about Alzheimer's and dementia and some of the stuff that's being done to help with that. Look, the bottom line is that as we all age, there is a risk factor, and sadly, it's going to be, potentially you, someone you know, another family member, but the numbers are rising, and this type of information needs to be pushed out there so that way we're aware when we're looking for it, right? So if you know somebody in need, please share this with them. And if it's for you, then I'm glad you found it. All right, so let's figure this out. All right, so the headline here is Advanced Dementia Patients Often Need and there's an acronym, BRO, B-R-O, BRO. So I kind of like the little play there. So Advanced Dementia Patients Often Need a BRO. BRO stands for Behavioral Recovery Outreach, and it's a team that meets vulnerable patients' needs. This article just came out on the 18th and directly from the VA, and so I wanted to share it with you. Please hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share with a friend, all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. So here's some of the staggering numbers here at the beginning of this opening paragraph, and it's really actually quite unfortunate. So I want to share it with you. Alzheimer's, dementia, these diagnoses rip the cord of safety and certainty in patients, families, and caregivers at an estimated rate of 6.5 million Americans aged 65 and older in 2022, and an estimated 168,600 VA patients in 2021. It's a diagnosis projected to increase to 12.7 million Americans by 2050 and 217,400 VA patients in the next decade alone. It's just horrific numbers. While a diagnosis is frightening enough, so too are distress behaviors that may be associated with the disease, like verbal outbursts, inappropriate behaviors, even physical aggression. These often interfere with medical treatment and caregiving that may harm the patient, the caregiver, or the treatment team. And it's a scary situation. If you have a family member or friend, or if you've known somebody who has dementia, it can be a very scary situation. So as a young psychologist working at Central Iowa's VA's Community Living Center, Dr. Kathleen Matthews saw these distress behaviors firsthand and realized these veterans could be better cared for through non-pharmacologic behavior plans rather than the traditional method of psychotropic medications. Working with the team members, she created the Behavioral Recovery Outreach, BRO, team to meet this extremely vulnerable patient population's unmet needs. BRO helps build a sense of connection and shared purpose for meeting these veterans' needs, Matthews said, by reducing distress behaviors, especially given that BRO veterans tend to have very severe behaviors. There is a sense of hope that these veterans can get better to the point where they are able to be discharged from the inpatient setting, even if initially it feels hopeless. Which I could see, right? You're going through dementia, it's degrading, you get moved into an inpatient, you think there's no turn. Well, this is contrary to that, so that's a very hopeful thing. So commitment of BRO teams make care model work. The basic premise is learning about the veteran as a person and utilizing interventions such as redirecting or offering alternatives to mitigate potential distress reactions. Sometimes it may be as simple as offering a different toothpaste to the veteran who refuses to brush his teeth, or it may be as complex as convincing the veteran she has already finished her work for the day if she is fixating on her former career. While highly individualized, veteran-centered holistic approach is central to addressing behavior care needs and developing effective behavior plans, it is the commitment of the interprofessional BRO teams that exist at approximately 15 VA facilities, including Minneapolis VA, the second VA site to establish a BRO team. That makes this care model work. If it's not in your area and you need it, that's when we got to raise up the flag and say, hey, look, we need one of these here. Behavioral neurologist Dr. Jamie Starks is a medical director for the Minneapolis VA BRO team. Her goal is to have all medical personnel at her VA, including the medical residents and students she works with, build empathy for what these veterans are experiencing and provide a framework of why behaviors occur. There's a picture, obviously you can't see it. Picture above is Starks and a medical student visiting the BRO veteran, Richard Knickerbocker. Generally, unmet needs or stress needs or stress, such as no longer being able to communicate, causes distress behaviors. Said Starks, lots of behaviors are inadvertently caused by caregivers, speaking too fast, using too many words, and veterans not understanding why. For instance, a stranger is helping them to go to the bathroom. Feedback from caregivers overwhelmingly positive. As the BRO team learns about the veteran and finds behavioral interventions that work for that patient, distress behaviors often occur less frequently and may be less severe. This improves quality of life for the veteran and their caregiver. When the veteran is ready to return home or be discharged to assisted living or long-term care facility, the BRO team supports the veteran and the caregivers by sharing the behavior plan and making visits for up to 6 months. While BRO veterans often have a longer length of stay, Stark says the outcomes are worth it because they are more stable when they leave the inpatient unit. She adds, the feedback from the caregivers is overwhelmingly positive. One of the greatest challenges is the stigma of dementia, even within the medical field. Dementia is not felt to be a very glamorous field because we don't have a pill or surgery that can cure things, she said. But as her medical students and residents spend time with the BRO veterans, an essential component to building the behavioral care plan, they see the human being behind the disease and find compassion as they provide care. That, to me, is the most important learning objective, Starks added, seeing that these people are not just problems. VA salutes Dr. Jamie Starks, VA clinical educators, and more than 1,400 educational institutions that partner with VA to train future health professionals. These academic affiliations, some of which began more than 75 years ago, are coordinated by VA's Office of Academic Affiliations, the OAA. Find out more about the VA's academic mission by watching hyperlink and visiting another hyperlink. All right, with that, we'll go ahead and conclude it, but interesting information for us now or for us in the future. The one kind of big takeaway is that it is at the BRO team kind of approach is, if I remember right, is about 15 different VA locations. So in the event that this is something that you are looking for as far as an additional benefit from the VA, you may want to reach out to your local VA, find out if they offer it, and if they don't, ask them to build something up, because that would be great and that you've heard great things. So with that, we'll go ahead and conclude it. Thank you again so much for watching. I really appreciate each and every one of you. And remember, if we don't take care of each other, something went wrong.